Personality is an interesting topic and important to understand as it is a part of each and every human that makes them unique. Your personality is personalized, with no person sharing your exact personality. Due to genetics, experiences, identities, and much more, each of us has fostered and cultivated our own personalities. However, how do we measure personalities? Well, there have been several methods that have been created in order to categorize and determine personality. Firstly, it is important to understand the definition of a trait, as each personality assessment measures traits in order to create the image of your personality. A trait is a characteristic. There, simple, you got it.
It's not that simple.
A trait can only be considered one if it is consistent, stable, and varies. Basically, if the characteristic is consistently portrayed by people throughout their lives, is stable, and is seen in varying amounts from person to person, congratulations, you have a trait. So, now that you know what a trait is, it makes sense when I say personality assessments exist to assign personalities based on traits. So, what are the different ways that personality has been assessed throughout the years? 1936, Gordon Alport. He proposed that traits could be categorized into 3 levels: cardinal, central, and secondary. Cardinal are of the most important and are considered rare. They also develop after a while and are named after people. Machiavellianism and narcissism are just some examples. Central traits are major characteristics, such as intelligence or honesty. Secondary traits are specific to certain circumstances and are best described as preferences or attitudes towards certain things. This theory became the first trait theory and marked the beginning of theories for personality. Building upon Alport, Raymond Cattell built upon this theory for traits, but went on to make it a little bit more specific. Alport listed thousands of traits and fit them into his 3 categories. Cattell took all those traits and shortened the list down to just 16. How in the world did he get thousands of traits to just 16? I don't know, don't ask me, I'm not an expert. Basically, he combined traits that were similar and used other analysis tools to keep combining traits to get the list down. The 16 traits he identified were thought to be the source of all personalities. This theory became an assessment, the 16 Personality Factor Questionnaire. The next major trait theory came from Hans Isakson, which stated that there were 3 traits every person exhibited and varied in. When measured, these traits would cultivate a person's personality. Here are the traits. Extroversion/introversion. Basically, are you reserved in alone time, or are you more sociable and a people person? Neuroticism is basically emotional stability. Psychoticism is the measure of how much someone has trouble dealing with reality. And then, the most current and final personality theory we'll be talking about, and arguably the most popular, is the 5-factor model. Acting as a bit of a middle ground between Cattell and Isakson's theory, this model measures 5 traits that accumulate to create a personality. Agreeableness measures care for others, conscientiousness measures the amount of structure and thought a person needs, extroversion is the same as before, with introversion as well, neuroticism is, again, emotional stability, openness observes one's creativity. No model is 100% correct. The human experiences, as you all probably know, is complex, weird, and hard to put into words and science. While we may never know how to measure and categorize personalities, you can't stop people from trying to put words to a subject that seems so indescribable. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any video suggestions, please leave them in the comments. I do read pretty much every comment, and if there are any awesome video suggestions, I will add it to my actual list of videos to make. I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.